Hello students, I hope you all have seen part 1 of chapter 4 National Movements in India. See, in part 1 we discussed about the introduction of the chapter and also the great national uprising in the year 1857. We discussed about it, the revolt, and then we discussed about the boycott and indigenous movement, the using of Swadeshi goods and the factories which was made in India to produce Swadeshi goods. Now moving ahead, let us see in the part 2. Muslim League 1906. See, in this we will discuss about the Muslim League and what was the effect of the Muslim League. See, by the British, they adopted the policy of divide and rule to break the Hindu-Muslim unity. Which rule they used? The Britishers used divide and rule, and they created internal and enmity and the rule easily on divided communities. And to crush their unity and rising nationalism, Viceroy Lord Minto was there, and Indian Wazirs, that is called Diwan or Wazir, Morley, together they made a plan. See, to crush the unity of and rising their nationalism, the Viceroy Lord Minto and the Indian Wazirs were the Morley. They together made a plan, and the English successfully convinced the Muslim that instead of being a part of Indian political organization, they should form a separate organization of Muslim. See what they made the English, they convinced the Muslim people that they should make a separate organization of Muslims, and then the demand separate voting rights and voting centers should be there. The Muslim got convinced. See, in this way the Muslim got convinced also, and they formed the Muslim League in the year 1906. And Aga Khan, the religious head of Muslim, Salim Mullah Khan, the Nawab of Dhaka, and Viceroy Minto and his minister Dunlop Smith, they played an important role in establishing the Muslim League. And see, this Muslim League, they organized their conference on the same day as that of the Congress in order to avoid attending the Congress conference. See what they did, this Muslim League, they made the conference on the same day that of the Congress. The Congress was having on the same day. Why? Because in order to avoid their attending from Congress conference. And thus what happened because of this, the demand for separate Muslim organization was not of Muslim but the devil mind of Viceroy Minto. And this feeling of division that leads to the creation of Pakistan too. And hence it is said that real creator of Pakistan is neither Muhammad Ali Jinhan nor Rahim Matullah but Lord Minto. So it has been said this, neither these two are of the Pakistan, they are the creator of Pakistan, but who was Lord Minto. This has been said in this Muslim League. Now moving ahead, we'll see the birth and development of extreme revolutionary movement. See how the birth and the this birth of this revolutionary development, extreme revolutionary movement was held. See, now I'll explain you this much portion. See, the credit of starting armed movement or extreme revolutionary movement that was against the British in India, that goes to Vasudev Balwant Phadke. And the other revolutionary, they also carried such movement, and they were Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, Damodar Chapkar, Bal Krishna Chapekar, Veer Savarkar, Barindranath Ghosh, Khudiram Bose, Praful Chaki, Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashrafullah Khan, Chandrasekhar Azad, Bhagat Singh, Shivram Rajguru, Sukhdev, Batukeshwar Dutt, Roshan Singh, etc. They all were the revolutionary, they carried out the movement. And the fierce and the extreme revolutions spread in India as well as in the abroad also. See, you can see the picture of Vasudev, Balban Phadke, Khudiram Bose, Ram Prasad Bismillah, Ashraf Ullah Khan, Chandrasekhar Azad. See, all these pictures are being seen. The Sardar Bhagat Singh, uh, Shivram Rajguru, Shukdev Tapar, Roshan Singh, Bal Gangadhar Tilak. See, what was this movement has the following effect. What was the effect of this movement? See, the Bengal partition that got cancelled, and the division of this revolutionary was into the two group at the Congress conference of Surat in the year 1907, and the group which were the Jalha, means that is radical or say extreme revolutionaries, and Mawal, that is moderate or say mild revolutionary. Jahal and Mawal, that the two divisions of revolution in the two groups, it was at the Congress conference. And extremely strong opposition of Congress who used to simplify pass resolution and request. And the trials of three leaders famously known as Lal Bal Pal. See, this three trials of these three leaders was there of Lal, Bal and Pal, that they adopted a radical attitude, and they feel the Indian youths, who are the Indian youths, they feel in that with a new life and encouragement was being filled up in that. And these youths, they undertook activities to free India, and the youth, they joined them, and they started for they worked for the activities of free India. And these revolutionary youths were always ready to happily sacrifice their lives for their motherland. See, this revolutionary youth were there, they were ready to sacrifice their life for their motherland, and they were on the belief the give life or take life but attend freedom anyhow. See, to give our life or to take the life of anyone, but we should have freedom. And lethargic policy of Indian National Congress witnessed a major turn in that. Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak fiercely announced, see what he announced fiercely, that freedom is my birthright and I will achieve it anyhow. See what he said, this freedom is my birthright, freedom is my birthright, and I am going to achieve it at anyhow, at any cost I am going to achieve it. These lines were said by Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and this became the slogan for the freedom fighter. And see this and it has also become the slogan for the freedom fighter, that freedom is my birthright and I'll achieve it anyhow. And revolutionary activities that spreads in the states of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Bengal, Bihar, Orissa, Madras and Central India also. See, various revolutionary organizations, they were also formed in these regions, and which boosted the revolutionary activities. And some of these organizations, which were the Mitra Mela Society, Abhinav Bharat Samaj, Anushīlam Samiti, Anjuman e Mohine Watan, Indian Patriots Association, later that became as Bharat Mata, etc. All these were formed. And see the activities which was being carried by this youth, which were there was into two stages. First stage and the second stage. See, first stage what was there? In the first stage, the revolutionaries were there, and their activities, they got constant encouragement. See, they got most encouragement by through the articles that was printed in the newspaper, like Yugantar, Naushakti, Vande Mataram, Kesari, Maratha. All these newspapers, they got encouragement through the articles. And revolutionary, they threw a bombs where on the British officers in Alipur, and the Britishers, they caught 34 revolutionaries, and what they did, and which were the 34 revolutionaries, which they were involved in these massacres, and prosecuted them. Massacres means what? And indiscriminate and brutal slaughters of many people. And several revolutionaries, they were arrested in Howrah massacres and Dhaka massacre. And other important activities that was included attempt to kill Lord Hardinge by throwing a bomb. See, the other what they did, other important activities what they did, what was to attempt to kill whom? Lord Hardinge. By what? By throwing a bomb, by dropping a bomb outside Raipur Darwaja in Ahmedabad. And what was the second stage? See, the second stage of activities that took place between the year 1920 to 42. And Kakori Lut case was a Lahore massacre dropping bomb in Central Parliament, that is in Delhi, were important incident that took place in this stage, in the second stage. And thus overall the extreme revolutionaries did several activities and they played very active role in shaking the British government. And see what was the import extreme revolutionaries, who were they? What was it? See, the credit of starting armed movement of extreme revolutionary movement against the British goes to Vasudev Balwant Phadke, and the other revolutionary also they carried out such movement, and they were Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra, Damodar, Balkrishna, Veer Savarkar, Khudiram Bose, Praful Chakki, Ram Prasad Bismillah, etc. They all took part. And what was the reason? The organization to support revolutionary activities, what were they? Mitra Mela Society, Abhinav Bharat Samaj, Anushilam Samiti, Anjuman A Mulhelane Watan, and Indian Patriots Association. They all were the organization. And which were the regions that were these organization was spread in which region? In which regions? See, they in the states of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Bengal, Bihar, Orissa, Madras, and Central India. And what were the activities of the revolutionary of the first and second that we have discussed above, that the first stage and the second stage? I hope you all have understood this.